Hi, I'm going to show you the top 4 areas of the Onspring risk management solution. First, we'll see how we can identify our risk and understand how its impact affects other business areas. Second, we'll see how to evaluate that risk. Then, we'll figure out how we can plan for treating risk to bring down its impact. And finally, how we can continually monitor that risk. We always have the ability to identify and add new risks into the Onspring system. Let's look at one. Here, we can see the elements critical to risk managers who are identifying its status. Is this risk emerging? Will it go away over time? Is this an active or an older archived risk? These identification markers can help determine the risk's impact and how we report on it. Once you've identified risks, it's time to tie them to other critical elements for the organization. In this case, a data incident risk ties into the processes around managing our network and general operations. When you have a better understanding of where impact occurs, you can relate this risk to other risks. Here, we can see that there are controls in place to help support and reduce its likelihood of occurring. Next, risk evaluations. They're one of the cornerstones of a good risk management solution, a tool that can show you the holistic impact that a risk could have. For this risk eval, we have time before our next one, and we can see that historically, not much has changed over time. What if a risk is identified as catastrophic? How likely is that risk to present itself? Using features to give us an objective risk score, management and risk owners can see the likelihood developing ahead of time, which gives them time to manage and mitigate. In this case here, the risk response determined is that we're going to work on mitigating it. We're going to put additional measures in place to reduce the likelihood of occurrence. You could also respond by examining the effectiveness of your controls or transferring this to insurance, but here it gives us the opportunity, based on mitigation, to choose what we will actually do. When it comes to treating risk, we need a plan and a place for everyone to access the plan. A place that includes tasks, due dates, and owners assigned to this plan, or maybe multiple plans. This gives us the opportunity to evaluate based on the effectiveness of our response. What does that do to my risk score? Here, we see that a good response reduces our risk score quite a bit, bringing us down to a moderate risk rating. As we track and manage risks, we can also track issues that may come about, which are related to an incident, a loss event that may occur, such as an attempted data breach. Additionally, our key risk indicators allow us to define metrics on a risk-by-risk basis to determine how well we are performing against that risk. So, in this case here, we've got that example of our adverse data exposure and ongoing frequency. We can determine and evaluate how effective we really are, and whether we're within or outside of a threshold, which is great information to have to stay on top of those threats that may show up.